Hello and welcome to Charger Bulletin News. I'm Mitsuki Garvey Sanchez. In an interview with the Charger Bulletin last week, President Steve Kaplan said that he is not satisfied with the diversity of the university's faculty. We now go to Nicole Rivera, who has more details on the issue.
Thank you, Mitsuki. According to a report by the IDEA Council, more than 3/4 of a University of New Haven faculty identifies as white. The number for each category of employees of color are in the single digits, with the largest being Hispanics at 7.4%. Kaplan said that in the time he has been here, diversity has increased in several areas, but that, quote, "It's not where it needs to be, and I'm the first to admit that I'm not happy where we are," end quote. Kaplan added that Provost Dan May and Vice President of Human Resources Caroline Koziatek have been working closely with each college to increase the diversity of applicants. Back to you, Mitsuki.
Stay tuned with the Charger Bulletin for more from the interview with President Kaplan. The university recently changed the requirements to secure a double major, according to Associate Provost Gordon Simerson. The policy change is, quote, "an effort for the university to do what's better for the student," end quote. Students who are wishing to achieve a Bachelor of Arts in Science will need to complete 150 credits rather than 120. Also, classes cannot be used to satisfy two requirements across degree paths. Students will not be able to apply for a second degree until their sophomore year or later. All students who applied for a second major before March 18th of this year will not be affected by the change. The University of New Haven Love Your Melon Crew hosted their first St. Baldrick's event this week. Corina Rodriguez has more from the fundraiser.
The university's Love Your Melon Crew hosted its first St. Baldrick's Brave the Shave event on Monday in the Alumni Lounge. Guests enjoyed music and games, donated, and some even shaved their heads, all for the opportunity to raise funds for the St. Baldrick's Foundation, a non-profit organization that raises funds for pediatric cancer research. According to lead organizer Trisha Lasasso, the head shaving component was created to represent the bald beauty that cancer patients experience when going through chemotherapy. Volunteers set individual donation goals before shaving their heads.
You set your goal and you shave your head. It all goes to pediatric cancer cure, which is much better.
18 people volunteered to shave it all off, with the top participant raising over $500. So far, the Love Your Melon Crew has raised close to $3,000, $500 short for their goal. Lasasso says she hopes the fundraiser becomes an annual event for the Love Your Melon Crew. For the Charger Bulletin, I'm Corina Rodriguez.
We now go to Cameron Haley with your Charger Sports Update.
Thanks, Mitsuki. Chargers baseball won their game against Southern Connecticut State University 6-5 in a dramatic comeback on Wednesday. The Chargers erased a 4-run deficit at the top of the 9th inning, earning 5 runs and 4 hits. Junior Andrew Garcia drove in the final run on a bases-loaded single to cement the Chargers' win. Baseball will try to keep the momentum going as they head up to Syracuse to take on Lemoyne on Saturday. Women's lacrosse put on an offensive showcase on Wednesday as they defeated Southern New Hampshire 24-14 at Kathy Zolan Stadium. The team came a goal shy of tying the school record of goals scored in a game. Senior Jessica Maslia led the way for the Chargers as she scored a career-high 7 goals and finished the game with a total of 9 points. Maslia is now 2 points shy of 200 for her career. The Chargers now have won 3 in a row and will look to extend the streak on Saturday as they take on St. Michael's on the road. Softball swept their doubleheader 11-3 and 7-4 against New York Institute of Technology on the road Thursday. Junior Taylor Luzzi scattered a team-high 7 hits, including a 4-for-4 effort in Game 2. Freshman Giovanna Hillman finished the day with a team-best 6 RBI, including 3, which came in on the team-leading 8th home run of the season. The Chargers will look to take back their high-powered offense at home as they take on Cadwell in a doubleheader on Sunday. That's all for your sports update. And back to you, Mitsuki.
The University of New Haven held their annual Women's Leadership Conference on Friday with keynote speaker Julia Landauer. The Charger Bulletin's own Kiana Quinones sat down with Landauer ahead of her speech.
Julia, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, what brings you to the university today?
So the Women's Leadership Conference looked so cool when I started reading about it a few months ago, and I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to come and be the closing keynote. I think that talking with such a cool audience, and it's fairly diverse in terms of students and faculty and community members, and there are definitely some men in the crowd, so it's always fun to be able to kind of share my messaging and some of the tips I have and some of the lessons I've learned with a really nice audience. So I'm excited.
Why is it important for you to speak at these events?
So I have always been very privileged that my parents supported me in what I did. They were really great educators in terms of life lessons, and I've been able to pursue racing, and I love it, and I feel that I have learned so much and had the opportunity to have resources about, how women are treated differently than men, research that's been done. And with all of this knowledge and experience, I feel like if I can give back and if I can encourage people to be their best selves and to help give some of the tools that they might need, get that kick in the butt to go after it, I think that's something I'm obligated to do in a good way, in a positive way that I really want to.
So speaking of NASCAR,
Yeah.
you are a very accomplished woman, just like to name a few things. You were the youngest female champion at the Skip Barber Racing Series at 14 years old. You are the highest finishing female in the NASCAR K&N Series. You've done so much, like the list goes on. How does it feel to be so accomplished at such a young age?
It's really cool. It gave me the confidence early on that I could pursue it, but at the same time, it also keeps me really hungry. It's like, all right, I've done that, but now I want to do this. Now I want to, give Jimmy Johnson a run for his money and be, 8-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. But it's been great, and it's been really cool to have incredible teams around me the whole time and really learn how to be a good team player as well as a leader, and to get everyone motivated. And going fast is awesome, and winning is awesome, and I think that's part of the message that I like to share, especially with young women, that it's really okay to love winning. And I think it's not something that we're encouraged to say very much, and I mean, that's kind of life though, whether it's a little victory or a big victory. That's what we're all going after in some capacity and on some scale. So kind of owning how cool the process is, I think, is really important.
On Tuesday, April 10th, Delta Alpha Pi, the Accessibility Resources Center, and the Autism Spectrum Disorder Network presented the Disable the Label event. The Accessibility Resources Center is devoted to helping students reach their full potential growth, with events throughout the day, starting with activities in the rec center and continuing with a Disable the Label fair. The mission of the event was to create an environment that was inclusive, no matter the race, gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability. That's all we have for Charger Bulletin News. Make sure to follow us on social media and tune in to the Charge Up on Mondays. For the Charger Bulletin, I'm Mitsuki Garvey Sanchez.